Hey, how's it going? My name is Lauren May and welcome to this video. Today am going to do a review of the TV show Haters Back Off. I recently watched all of season 1 and I'm really excited about telling you how I feel about it. So let's just get right into it. I want to start off this review saying that I am not a Miranda fan. I love Colleen Ballinger and I love her as Colleen and I appreciate her as Miranda, but I do not watch Miranda videos all the time. I get why, like, the humor behind Miranda, but I've never, you know, been so obsessed with it to watch all of her videos. But like, I watch her when, you know, another YouTuber I watch collabs with her and all of that kind of stuff. Like, I appreciate Miranda as a character, but I don't, like, I'm not a fan of her. But obviously, as a supporter of Colleen, I really wanted to check out, you know, Haters Back Off and see, you know, for myself if this is completely different or really similar to Miranda's YouTube channel. I am not a Miranda fan, and so I'm coming in with really, like, I guess, skeptical insights. Like, I was really unsure about how this TV show was gonna be portrayed, how it was gonna be, you know, performed, and I was so uneasy about the whole thing. I did think that the show was gonna be, like, completely overpowered by the cringe-worthiness of Miranda. I was so skeptical, like I said, about how they were going to portray Miranda in like in a TV show and with other characters other than herself, and I was very unsure of how that was gonna work. I was very, very pleasantly surprised about how, you know, the story was written. I was very pleasantly surprised about how all the characters interacted with each other. It was nice to see a human side to Miranda, I guess, because, you know, you always perceive Miranda as this, like, overpowering, selfish, you know, a loud character. But then there's definitely moments in this show where you see, like, a soft, like, actual person underneath that facade, which I was really happy about, because that was one thing that I was worried about. I was like, am I going to get bored and annoyed at the fact that, you know, Miranda is this constant overpowering thing? But no, there was definitely ups and downs with her, I guess her as a character, but her moods and her, you know, character development, which I was very happy about. And I was really happy to see, you know, her connection with, say, Patrick, and how you saw this really cute, soft moment of her opening up about how much she appreciates Patrick, you know, inside the float. And it was such a heartwarming moment. I mean, it was completely destroyed 10 seconds later, but like, that little moment was so sweet, and it made you feel like, oh, okay, Miranda is like a normal human being. She's just a bit, you know, weird. I know that the whole show is supposed to have this, you know, cringe-worthingly awkward humor, because, you know, the character of Miranda is, you know, that character, you know, her humor is her own humor, but then you add in her uncle and you add in Patrick and her mother, and it's all just this huge mess. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy this, because, like, this is really, like, awkward to watch. And I wasn't really finding a lot of it funny at first, and I was like, ugh. But you kind of had to keep watching because you were so intrigued with how the story was going to unfold. And, you know, because I know roughly, you know, how Miranda became famous, it was interesting to see how the show made her become famous, and it was just interesting to see the links between the reality of Miranda and the show's perceived of, it was really intriguing to see where they would take it. And so that's, I guess, why I kept watching, and I guess it was funny. Like, there are definitely funny parts, but it was just, I definitely was cringing a lot of the time, and I think that's the point, because that's the type of show that it is. But yeah, so I'm just going to go through some characters and what I liked and disliked about them. Miranda, to start with, I loved that you were able to see, you know, you were able to find out a whole new world about her than what you know from her in her YouTube videos. Like, you find out more about her family life, you find out about how she is the way she is. And that, I think, is what made me also be intrigued to watch more, is because you actually finally understand her story and understand why she is doing what she's doing, and why, you know, the family influences she has and all of that kind of stuff, it kind of just makes sense. And so you're like, oh, okay, she's not just this stuck up, you know, loud, annoying person. She actually has a reason for it, and, you know, there's other, you know, factors to play in, which I thought was really good. And it was really nice to meet her family and meet, yeah, I just thought it was really good to see inside of her life through this TV show, which obviously is the whole point of it. But yeah, I just loved and was intrigued by the whole storyline, that I was definitely excited to watch more of it, even though I was like cringing the whole time. Like I said before, I love her relationship with Patrick. I love, you know, how she has such a soft spot for him, even though she treats him like crap. She still, you know, shows her appreciation for him in certain moments of the show, and I think that's definitely a part of her that you don't really see anywhere else, like online or in other parts of the show. You don't see her feel or show this type of emotion to anyone else, or like this soft spot. It's just a her and Patrick, and I think that's really good to see. And it's, you know, it's something that you need to see in a character so bold like her. To see, you know, her interactions with Patrick was very key, I guess, to the storyline. I hope you get what I mean. Patrick, I loved who was cast as Patrick. He fit the description of the character so well. I don't think I would be able to picture anyone else as Patrick than the guy who plays it. I'm not sure his name, but he plays it so well. I love Patrick's loyalty. I love Patrick's determination to keep Miranda happy, even though his feelings are set aside, and, you know, all of that kind of stuff. He's so dedicated to being Miranda's friend and keeping her happy, and eventually, you know, confessing his love to her and all of that kind of stuff. He's an admirable character, I think is the word I'm looking for. I must say, Uncle Jim is my least favourite character. I understand why he's there, and he's a very key part of the story, but I just don't like Uncle Jim at all. I think as a character he was way too controlling and overpowering for Miranda. I guess she kind of needs to be influenced because she's an influencer, I guess is the way you can describe it. But I just feel like because Miranda is so bold and overpowering and her character is the way she is, it felt weird having someone telling her what to do. I always thought Miranda was like, I'm gonna do this is my way, the blah 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 blah. But it was always like Uncle Jim saying, no, we need to do this is how we're gonna get to fame, you know, our 5 steps, it has to be done this way, and I'm gonna control, and blah 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 blah. And I thought that was a bit, it didn't sit right in how I always perceived Miranda to be. And I know this is a new journey for her and you're seeing different side of her life, but I always thought that she would be the one controlling her decisions and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think I would have always thought that Miranda would have more say in her rise to fame than she did, because clearly it was you know, Uncle Jim playing a part in all of it. And yeah, that really shocked me. Although at the end, the things that happen, she does end up doing what she does. But yeah, I was very surprised at the overpowering influence that Uncle Jim had, and it is so uncomfortable, the things that he says and the things that he does. I know that's part of it, but I wasn't a fan. The mother, I'm not sure her mum's name, but Miranda's mother was cast very well as well. I think the character in general, you know, as a timid kind of person, as someone who's vulnerable, it makes sense considering Miranda's this overpowering person and her brother, or however Uncle Jim is related to her, is so the same. And then, you know, it was very interesting to see you have, you know, these rise and falls of characters. She was very persuaded. She was easily persuaded. I thought it was weird how she faked her own injuries. Like, I thought that was a bit weird. I feel like, you know, as a character she was very odd, just in general. And I also felt like she had a lot more potential than she was given. Like, I feel like the mother, even though it was supposed to be perceived her as, you know, this timid person who has a crappy job and is, you know, in love with this priest guy, I always thought she could do so much better than that watching her. Like, I always thought she could, you know, do a lot better. And towards the end, I kind of felt a bit upset that she wasn't, you know, doing better for herself than what she was. And I hope if there's a season 2, you get to see a more adventurous side, I guess, to the mother, and a more like confident side, and a more, self-control, as in like she's taking control of her own life kind of thing. But yeah, overall I guess the character makes sense within the situation of the storyline. I just thought it could be a bit more explored a lot, but hopefully that's what's coming in a potential season 2. I don't know. And then the last character that I'll talk about is the sister. I seriously can't remember her name, but I guess it makes complete sense that you need to have like a normal human in the storyline, and I guess she evens out all the different personalities, which is really good. I guess also you kind of feel really sorry for her. She's stuck in this situation where she has this really intense sister, she has this strange uncle, and her mum's just so passive it's not even funny, and she's kind of holding the family together, and you know, she's sacrificing a lot of her feelings and the way that she wants, you know, just for everyone else to feel comfortable. I mean, I feel really sad that she doesn't get into art school, and the fact that Miranda completely destroyed her artworks. Like, you just want to cry with her and you want to be upset with her, and although the things that happen at the end you feel more for Miranda than you do for the sister, you still kind of understand why the sister does what she does. And yeah, it was obviously necessary for the sister's character to be so normal, and it was, I feel like I've seen the actress before, but I can't put my finger on where I have seen her. But she was cast so well and she played the part so very well. Yeah, I just really enjoyed watching the family interact and her interactions with everyone. It was really cool. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed me talking about how I feel about Haters Back Off. Really, I did enjoy it, although I was cringing the whole time, and I was still intrigued. And I do recommend, if you want to watch it, I mean, it'd be cool to. It's not for everyone, obviously, but hey, I thought I'd give it a go and I kind of enjoyed it. So yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. That would mean so much to me. Also hit that subscribe button if you're not already, and then you can be notified every time I upload a video, which hopefully is every week, but sometimes that doesn't happen because, you know, life happens. So yeah, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and remember, don't forget to hug someone today. Bye!